Hello, this is Luis Riveros again, and this will be video number 2 on the series of the history of the universe. As we already spoke, there was no creation, there was no Big Bang. Things that always existed, and they will always exist. That is what we call eternity. Time is eternal. And here there is another paradox in time, and that is something that we will find out a little later. And today, since we know that eternity actually is in agreement with the first law of thermodynamics, then we have a basis to proceed with these thoughts. Therefore, if I see myself and I try to make sense of my existence, then I can say, well, wait a minute, you just mentioned that things change, that everything exists, but I can see that this existence of this body, of this person, will cease to exist, will perish, and that is what we call death. So isn't that concept a contradiction with what I just mentioned about the existence of existence, the forever existence of existence, what we call eternity? Perhaps I am not eternal? And that is a very good question. And once we understand again cyclical time, and I see that I should be there, that I should always be there, but at the same time I find out that this body will perish, then that gives me a logical premise, which is, if I exist, I must not be the body. As simple as that. And that is what in religious theology, dogmas, whatever you want to call it, they talk about the existence of something which they call the soul, which is something non-material, which is something that goes beyond our understanding of this physical universe. Then in that soul is where we can see that it has to exist for me to be always here. And the other concept that religion explains, that some religions explain, especially in Eastern religions, is the concept of transmigration, or the concept of reincarnation. The difference is, in transmigration, a soul is able to migrate into different species. Today I'm a human being, tomorrow I can be a monkey, tomorrow I can be a dog. So there is a reason for them to think that way. I don't know about that. What we are concerned right now is going into logical terms. Believe it or not, there are many studies about reincarnation, how people were able to recall some experiences that they had in past lives. And there are many books about them. This view of time, this cyclical view of time, actually confirms in a logical way that that is actually a reasonable premise. So therefore and thereby, this soul, is what exists, is who I am, because the body will perish. However, if we see repetition, we see this big circle, and like I said before, time is cyclical and therefore predestined, then we can see that necessarily I will be back again. And I invite you, dear viewer, to review the concept of eternal return, which was made very popular by Friedrich Nietzsche, and you can basically see that and see it for yourself. It's an astonishing type of let's say vision of something new for us in the West. Eternal return and predestination go hand in hand. On the same token, eternal return, predestination, cyclical time, reincarnation are topics that are linked. So basically in eternal return we can see that this talk that I'm giving today is not the first time. It has always existed. It just changes in time. In other words, I, the soul, will go into different bodies in time, but eventually I will come back to live this same life again. And I will say the same words, and I will upload this video into YouTube again. That is the concept of eternal return. And this concept, what it does, it gives a new light into experiences that different people have had. What are those experiences? For instance, people had déjà vus. They had this sense that they had been in a particular place before. And they had that sense because they had been in that place before. Fortune telling is another esoteric, if you would, pseudoscience, if you would, but many individuals will swear by them. Astrology, palmistry, how the planets and how the location of every celestial body influences every human being. All those pseudosciences, if you would, in the West are considered actually accurate sciences in the East. And not only that, they actually are able to see how the way planets, the way celestial bodies, the way everything is related. Because there is a theme here, and that theme is something that you can call life. You know? In this predestination, in this cyclical time, in this eternal return, there is a theme, and the theme is self-preservation. In other words, because everything is eternal, I shall be here, and I will be here, and I will do exactly the same things that I have always done. This theme could be very, very difficult to grasp, and I will just leave you with this taste in the mouth for you if you would like to research more into it. Thank you.